All right, y'all. Let's get started. Um, what's up, y'all? Auntie Leah always in the building first. What's good? What's this? Why is it doing this? Oh, oh, that's interesting. And change the. Okay, I like that. That's okay. I'm learning something new every day on this YouTube stuff. Every day, learn something new. Um, yeah, y'all. As you can see, what the title says. What's up? One joyful ladybug. Hey, I think Patricia Blair is in the building. Who else? Makia. Let's say hi to everybody. Yeah. Y'all get on over to Okay, it's Rob Lowe, Bethany Glick. Appreciate you. Um. Oops. What's going on here? What's this? Yeah. What is okay? See, I like that. I like the way it looks like that. We'll do like that. Um. Yeah, you say they always be hating. I know. I'm sitting there like, um, the things have gotten just ridiculous, right? So, as you can see from the thumbnail that you saw, and that was a real Instagram account with a real video of them coming coming here with some craziness, right? Right. So apparently, Jaguar Wright is a deep cover federal agent. They saying Jaguar Wright is a deep cover federal agent. It's hilarious. It's funny as all hell because I'm like, well, where did y'all get this information? Well, it is not only Jaguar. They got Charleston White. Y'all, yeah, y'all can look at it yourself. They got Orlando Brown. They have Umar John, Dr. Umar, Snoop Dogg. Well, there's some validity there. Hold on. They got Mace. They have Cat Williams, um, Stevie J. Who's this other guy? Ti, uh, Michael Ealy, Al Sharpton. There's some validity to that one for sure. And who's the other guy? Who's the guy? Y'all help me out. He was dating Angela Simmons. Down in the DMs. He did the song Down in the DMs. You say people who point fingers, yeah, they got three at them. Who's the guy that did Down in the DMs? What is this guy's name? Um, yeah, Yo Gotti. Yeah. So those are the federal. They said these are deep cover federal agents, and this just goes back to what I was saying before. Just like people just throw stuff out there just to, I guess, see what sticks. Um, let me say this. Why they may say Jaguar is a deep cover federal agent, and after I say the list, she'll pop up and I kind of want her to give me an explanation because she got some explaining to do if she's a federal agent. I'm like, how come? Shoot, hook me up. I need shoot. If you're a federal agent, hook me up. But I guess the reason why they're saying that she's a federal agent is the insider access, the information she has, the timing. Maybe they're going with that because um, they're saying like she's a federal agent. If If you're a federal agent, I guess you would have inside information. You would have access to certain information. You would have leaked documents. You would know when stuff's about to hit the press. Conspiracy theorists online, they say um, someone with law enforcement or intelligence eyes could move fast. I've seen other people trash a K with the way she moves. I mean, she quite possibly could be one if you just look at everything and you really break down, how she has information. TMZ, they're definitely, well, let me not even say definitely, allegedly, right? The way they move with their access and who they have, contacts with, pictures of, even the Malcolm Jamal Warner, rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. They had a snapshot picture of him boarding a plane to Costa Rica. How, how what part of the game? Like, do y'all have people following people, celebrities? Y'all have just because there's so many celebrities. How did y'all get that picture of Malcolm Jamal Warner getting on a plane that quick? So people that have like inside information and stuff like that, then it's I get it. Jag, it's because of who she was affiliated with, who she knew, and that's more than likely why she knew what she was, or why she had to drop on certain information. Um, I think another reason why, number two, media manipulation skills. I mean, when I first was introduced to Jag personally, I brought her into where I worked at, which is a radio station, and boom, got her an interview with the person who pretty much was the first person to put Tupac on national TV. And that just happened, just coincidence. It wasn't a situation where it was like, you know, I it wasn't what people would think or whatever. So if they're saying Jaguar has a knack for controlling the narrative, she calls people out. Um, she knows how to steer interviews. She knows how to get certain interviews. When she went down to the Diddy case, the Diddy trial in Manhattan, or was that? No, that was Brooklyn. The media, boom, swarm. And there are certain content creators talking about Jag didn't have international press hitting her. She was sitting there. I have the footage. She was sitting down with international press, getting busy. But you got content creators who will try to discredit and just you know dog her out or whatever. But a deep cover operative, um, a deep covered operative is trained in persuasion and in the control of information. So maybe that's why they're saying that. What is Bethany? I'm sorry, Jack, for that. You deserve to be treated so much better. Us truth tellers are scapegoats. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna talk about why all of a sudden now you're seeing this. Because the benign stuff we saw before, where they said Jack said Tyler was a CIA op to destroy America. Now they're running with Jaguar Wright's a deep cover federal agent. That's ridiculous. Um, Another one, too calm under pressure. They're saying the legal battles that she had with, the Rock Nation stuff, the Diddy stuff, Jaguar remains calm and composed. So that's a hallmark for someone trained in uh, managing or crisis management. The other one is the association with high level figures. Um, she's not associated with like high level figures like that from what I see. She knows a lot of people. I think a lot of people know her. They're just setting this whole thing up to make it seem as if, she's like well connected, or she has FBI leads or that. Nah. Now, let's get into like people who really were. federal agents. And Jag, you can jump in if you want. Um, they had someone on the list. Not Elvis. He was one. Elvis, he's not on the list. And that's the thing. Why they don't have any Caucasian individuals on that list? Elvis was a special agent for the Department of Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs. You know, and they called it later the DEA. This was back in the 70s, early 70s. Um, Snoop, Snoop, and 2015, he became deputy sheriff of a county in Mississippi. So if you want to say someone's a federal agent, if you are a deputized sheriff, you're a federal agent. Shaq was a deputized agent or sheriff. So the thing is this: you're talking all this talk, but where's your evidence? There's no evidence that Jaguar Wright was on any federal roster. There's no evidence of that. None. But Snoop has been, no disrespect to Snoop. Shout out to Dog. Uh, he has. He has. And uh, Elvis, the T.I. situation, you could, there's still no proof. People talk about what happened with him when he had to do a year and a day and he had all them G, U, and the N's and the S's. He had to do a year and a day and he got caught with a whole bunch of G to the U's. Come on. So I could get why people could throw T.I.'s name out there. But here we are, Special Agent Jaguar Wright.
That's not even funny.
It no, the same thing will make you laugh or make you cry.
That's not even funny. You want to know why? Because I want to be a secret agent, not a special
Oh,
agent, a secret agent.
secret agent man.
Secret agent man, but one man. And yeah, yeah. See,
Um,
it's more likely that this guy
oh yeah,
is a federal agent than me.
and a federal donut eater. Um, yeah, secret
Yeah,
agent one,
the fat white kid.
the fat white kid. Yeah, you didn't know that Snoop Dogg was commissioned and it's public record. It's
No, I
Jones County Sheriff Department
I
in
just found
Mississippi.
that out. And you want to know what I find really interesting? How did nobody know that?
I knew it.
I mean, like everybody was talking about his walk on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, his star, there, but he's a cop in Mississippi. Does he live in Mississippi now?
Nah, nah. I don't know why it had to been Jones County too. I like that was yeah, that's crazy. See this look, Jag, there like when I really sit down with you and break down like a lot of the stuff that I know in the backdrop. Because I mean, you sat with Lonzo. Lonzo laced me with a lot of game. There's a lot of stuff that that's moving part stuff, and even when you talk about the mafia stuff, that's part of the reason why Lonzo didn't really get into the game like that. But that's a whole nother conversation. But there's so many moving parts and stuff like that that go on behind the scenes. Um, it's very interesting, but it's like certain stuff is just like, don't even say nothing for the simple fact that it's kind of like you let it play out. Now, the reason why I brought up Snoop is because it's on public record. When you say something though, you got to have proof. So I'm saying it, and I'm like, yeah, you can go check y'all can check the public record. Snoop. In fact, let me just make sure because uh,
Yeah. Why don't we
Yeah,
say
yeah.
allegedly? All of this is alleged. He is allegedly
Calvin
a
Broadus.
federal agent.
No, no, no. And the thing is I'm not dogging out Snoop. Shout
No,
out to
I'm just
Snoop.
trying to figure out how he get to be a fed and smoke cannabis. I'm
I
just trying to
mean,
figure that out.
yeah, yeah. It's. Hold on, I'm looking it up
No,
right
because
now.
like if you a federal agent, you supposed to not be able to smoke no cannabis. You can't do nothing.
Is that
So maybe he is a deep cover. I mean he
shit?
was in on the deep cover soundtrack. You looking hard as hell.
You know what? No, I want to make sure that people don't look at me crazy when I do put it out there like that.
Well, honey,
Um,
people look at you crazy,
People look at me
period.
crazy.
You know.
Right? You're right.
Yeah.
Let me just say Snoop Dogg. See, 'cause I'm going by his government name.
I mean, that's
I'm
how they
not.
should have him listed. Yeah, your BFF is a federal PO. No canna. I know.
Who you talking about?
No, Lindsay Lou was just saying that she is, they have a friend that is a federal PO and no canna. Yeah,
Okay.
if you a fed, you can't you cannot partake.
Supposedly,
I mean, unless you got, you deep cover.
yeah. So what it is okay. I'm gonna go on record and say I know for a fact that that's the case, but you're not gonna
And
really
say
find it.
allegedly and say
Yeah. So
allegedly.
allegedly, let's say allegedly. All right. Let's just say
Allegedly,
allegedly.
allegedly, and
Snoop.
all thoughts and opinions stated by Set in the West are backed up by his First Amendment right to free
Free.
speech
Let's say
and
allegedly,
allegedly,
because
Mr.
um,
Brodus.
yeah, there's the thing is you just gotta have proof. Because I was told, and then I was like, okay, so if I gotta
You
do the deep
trust
digging, if I gotta
well
do, I'll do it.
you trust your source, but 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna make it easy to find if he is one anyway, because they're not going to want people who follow him to become uncomfortable with him being around. See, like that's the whole
Um,
purpose of being a deep cover agent is for it to not be easily seen, noticed, or exposed. That's the whole purpose.
but the thing is even if Snoop is a was sworn in as a deputy sheriff for that county, that doesn't consider him a deep cover because then it's like that would just be blatant. You know what I'm saying? So um, yeah, like but what I'm saying for the most part is where's the proof? When people say certain stuff or content creators throw out certain stuff,
Oh
where's
yeah.
where's the proof?
Well, what I'm going to say is this. I can see why they would want me labeled that way. I can see the propaganda behind doing that.
Hmm. And why do you
To,
why do you say that?
well, once again, and salute to everyone who's been watching Defending Your Freedom, the Demore Hadley story, part 4. We want to thank everyone. Even though it has limited ads, we still want to thank everyone, which means you're able to, see more of the
It says
content.
limited ads, really?
hmm
Wow. See, they doing
Which
a
is
whole
funny.
lot.
No, it's funny because it was, But anyway, um, what I will say is for people who might want to come forward and speak to me, for me to interview with them, sit down with them, get their story out. It
Oh,
might make certain
yeah.
people feel uncomfortable because, hey, if she's a secret federal agent, if she's a deep cover agent, she might take some of the information that I give her in an interview and use it against me. And then the next thing you
Wow.
know, I have government problems. So, when I first saw that, I'm sitting there looking and I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. You guys are pissed off. You're mad about the interviews. You're mad about, what's going on. And it is defamation. Um, because
Mm.
it's not, I'm not an agent, you know.
No.
Yeah,
So you
I'm
on
not
record saying you're not a rate
yeah, no,
an
I
agent,
am
and we
not,
know you're not an agent.
I am not law enforcement in any way. But I tell you one thing, if people want to come forth and expose things and say things, if I am an agent, it might make them think twice about sitting with me. Just like me becoming Defender of Freedom and getting honored with that award. And then the next week, I'm listed as a Diddy Combs enterprise employee doing very duplicitous things.
Right.
It's just gotten to the point now where if you can't beat Jag, lie on her. Just lie, lie, lie. If we can't beat her, if we can't take her down, if we can't destroy her, if we can't make people hate her, if we can't get it done, we're just going to lie on her and we're going to find other ways to keep the public away from her. We're going to find other ways. Yeah, it is strategic. It's very strategic. And it's exhausting. It is. It really is. Because there's so many other things that you could be talking about. But, I'm starting to realize that, you know, listen to me, talk about it, my yacht. Yeah. Because if I had a badge, I'd be rounding them up one by one. But no, it's like, thank you, MJ. No, it's just weird. It's weird every time you turn around and you see your name attached to something, just out there, strange, odd. One minute I'm being assaulted. I'm sorry, I'm being, you know, hurt hurt up by a diddler's hitman, and then the next minute I'm a federal agent, and then the next minute I'm a liar, and then the next minute I'm a this and I'm a that, and she's a this and she's a that and she's a this. Got a different title every day of the week. It's it kind of makes you wonder what's people's obsession with me, because now this is just what it's starting to feel like. It's just starting to feel like people are obsessed with me,
Yeah.
and like people are just like desperate, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, what it is I think certain individuals take liberty with your name because they think it's not protected. They think you're not legally. Um, they think you're not legally protected. And they'll get a wake up call soon because this is that's a very dangerous game. What's up, Mojiji? Um, just like even with what I addressed with Noah Jacob, I haven't gotten any response or anything like that. That
I
guy
don't
know
think
he's
you're
wrong.
going to. I don't
Of
think you're
course not.
going to.
He's like, oh yeah, that's a nobody. I want him to come with a diss record. That would be hilarious. Um,
Please stop
um,
encouraging people to do terrible things.
like what rap when they can't rap? That's a terrible thing. Um,
Yeah, yeah, it
but
is.
people since the end of last year, I've been noticing just been taking liberties with running your name through something, a story. You remember I had literally hit up that Twitter person and was like, because I traced the story back. There was a story that said you made a claim about Tyler, you never said it. It was on Africa Today, another Instagram story. These news blogs think that they can just do that, but that's how they get started. Look at the TMZs of the world. Um, People got to pay attention to even where Pierce Morgan comes from. Um, in the UK, his his background started kind of shady when that Millie Dower story uh, got out there, and they were going around. What was it? Broadcasting the text messages, and they had certain voice messages, and they like, how did they get that? And it was all tied in to Rupert Murdoch. We already know how Rupert Murdoch get down, right? Um, those types of news organizations or whatever. Oh yeah, and we know, you guys don't know. Look up, was it Project Paperclip? Look up how the CIA has ties, and the CIA basically has an office in Hollywood, or it's, come on, y'all like, oh, that's
If you
another thing
go
too.
and you look at the book, The Harvard Report,
The
it is
Harvard
a
Report.
full of a, it's a full account written by a journalist who was documenting how the CIA literally had agents working inside of record labels, working inside of
Yeah,
distribution houses, working
yeah.
inside of clubs, working inside of booking agencies. Literally, the CIA has been infiltrated into entertainment for decades.
We
Decades.
all know the CIA and their ties to the crack epidemic. If you don't know, you could look up Gary Webb's writings called The Dark Alliance. May he rest in peace. He had ties to Freeway Rick Ross. We know how deep the CIA runs. They're not supposed to do things to American citizens, but they've done it. And now let's move it on up.
Yeah, Billie
Um,
Holiday. Billie Holiday was targeted, very much so.
yeah. hmm Um, Modern day CIA.
Oh,
Well,
I can't do it.
someone made, what happened?
No, I was gonna pin my app, put your link in the chat. I was gonna pin it,
Oh,
but
okay.
I
It's
can't.
all good. Yeah, I could, maybe I could do it. I don't know. Can I do it? I don't know.
Don't touch it because it might take you out of here. You have to do it on another. See what I'm saying? It took you up out of here. I
Yeah,
told you.
you're right.
If you
I'm.
hit it the wrong way, if you hit it the wrong way, it's
Oh yeah, yeah. I get it.
you
Cause
got
yeah,
you got to
if you actually hit the link,
you got to
if
touch.
you
No, you
actually
got to
hit,
touch the icon, specifically
if you
the
actually hit the,
icon.
no, that's what I
There
did.
it
I hit the
is.
link on
There
my
it is.
screen. Yeah. All right, but let's move forward because she talked about Billie Holiday. That was a good drop. Or Lindsay talked about Billie Holiday. But let's move forward in the game with the new. Go ahead. Why? Oh yeah. You're right. Yep.
Because she wrote Strange Fruit. She wrote one song about literally being on tour and witnessing an actual lynch scene. Because once upon a time, back in the day, they used to try to convince people that slavery had been abolished and everything was okay and it was safe and it was fine to make blacks feel comfortable about traveling back and forth over the Mason Dixon line, hoping that they would run into sundown towns. And so her writing that song, um, it let people know, hey, state of the green book, state of the safe routes, they still taking us down out here. It's still happening. When you think about those lyrics, southern trees bearing strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. She wrote this, it was what, in the 40s? They were still doing that stuff down there. They were trying to convince people that they weren't. That song made her enemy number one. And boom.
Um, Maybe I shouldn't share it, but
What?
Y'all know Jay Mizak. Shout out to Jay Mizak because we're talking. It's funny we're talking about the FBI because um, we were and he's been missing in action because he got a cease and desist letter from 50's lawyer about posting some stuff. Uh, um, so that's what he just hit me with. Um, Certain people that are potential FBI, whatever, like people like that, like people have always talked about Fit being the Fed. Uh, we can even tie the Rick Ross situation. We know Rick Ross was a correctional officer. We know that. Um, let's tie in this drug game. I'm gonna look at Desiree Perez. I'm gonna look at Juan Perez. I'm gonna look at Jay Z, and we look at their past and then where they are today. Do you? If I believe you get rewarded if you play their game or if you've done something or maybe you thought because the thing is this: if you get into if you even sell a nickel bag of weed, they know who you are. And when I say they, I'm talking about. They know who you are. And then you move on up. You think you're getting away with X, Y, and Z. You do not get away with anything. Trust me. Um, yeah. So these people that have these uh, background, the past, their past are sketchy. I think those are the people that are more likely to be deep cover FBI informants. Cube even mentioned how the CIA. Um, and the funny thing is Cube was part of a group called CIA. Shout out to CIA. I met and I know one of the members personally, Mark Clientele, uh, and the other guy. I know the other guy. I forgot his name right now. But Cube was writing for them. The name of the group was called the CIA. You move forward. Cube mentioned some stuff about the CIA being involved in hip hop in its early stages. What's up?
We caught cuddling, cuddling with a masculine friend. And salute to yeah, salute to Tia Kemp. You know what I'm saying? Salute to I do anything to be relevant because if you gotta run around with a folded over ham sandwich and make a baby with a folded over ham sandwich, so that you can sit online and look like an idiot all day long, then God bless you. Yeah, I don't it's funny, of all of the things that she likes to say about her baby daddy, she doesn't like to talk about the fact that he likes more masculine, and
Oh,
if she knew all along, then that would mean that she was just one of those chicks that was willing to, have, an E. coli based relationship for the purposes of being able to
Jesus.
draw a check. Yeah, I don't get her, and the truth is I feel bad because, Toke was a lot more, Toke was, like, I don't know. It's like they moved Toke out of the way so that they could level up, this chick. And she just got this big face, this big mouth, and she's always hollering and screaming at people, and she's supposed to be somebody's auntie. I don't get it. I don't get it. I wish he would give her some money so she could I don't know. I don't know, start a macrame class or something. But yeah, Scholar is here. What's up? Salute. Welcome back to the set.
What up, Scholar? It's funny. Jay Mizak just sent me. I don't know how true this is. Jay Z's alleged son, Ramir, suddenly drops federal paternity case.
Hmm.
I got to look into that. Wow. But
I don't know
yeah,
if that's
so
real. I don't know
yeah.
who did it come from. Let's consider the
Do
source.
you do you really want me to say who it came from? Because you know.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you knew. Trash to the get Roush.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure she
yeah.
would say that. I'm sure she would say that. Um, and I'm sure she would say that just for people to say, "Oh, that he got paid off and he got this and he got that."
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll wait until I hear it from a more credible source.
Of course.
Uh, because she's just not credible. And the truth is, I don't see Lily giving up at this point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because he's not in this fight alone. His godmother, I saw gossip and City Post. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But see, that's the problem with gossip. There's a lot of people that are reporting a lot of things right now. Salute to Malcolm Jamal Warner, to his life and to his legacy, and may he be able to rest in peace as best as he possibly can, considering all of the monkey business that's going on around. Like, is anybody not paying attention to all of the little fires popping up again?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Lily, understand this. Lily made it very clear they're not interested in taking a payoff. They're not interested in doing any of this. Um, and the lawsuit that he had that's going was never about the paternity. The lawsuit wasn't about paternity. The lawsuit
Mm-hmm.
was about all of the underhanded and corrupt action that was happening to put their lives in jeopardy, to put themselves in harm's way. So
It's almost
don't,
similar to what the Marvel was.
yeah, very, very similar to Demore. The
Mhm.
the see, and that's the thing. People like taking things and conflating things and making things all about this. The paternity and the lawsuit, two separate actions. Two
True.
separate actions. So for her to say that he dropped this or he dropped that, I don't know. I don't know. But what I will say is salute to Shock G.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Shock G. There's a lot of people that are passing away right now. You have Malcolm Jamal Warner, and then the day after that, Ozzy Osbourne, and then the day after that, Harvey Weinstein, I'm sorry, Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, also gone.
Hmm.
One, two, three. This is wild because they're saying that it's wild. They're saying that number one, Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer comes out 2 weeks ago calling everybody out when the DOJ said, "Yeah, there's no list. There was never a list. Yep, there's no list. Nope, nope, didn't happen. We do have you know, imagery and of the last hours of his life, even though we were able to get together 9 hours and 58.7 second minutes of his life, but we're missing a minute and a half. But we have everything else. Yep, nope, didn't happen. No list. Um, I find it really interesting that now all of a sudden he also had this incurable uh disease that he was struggling with, and now all of a sudden um uh, I mean, and salute to you, Maya. I used to be a big Ozzy Osbourne fan when I was younger too, till I found out what he was really all about. And when I saw what was really going on, and then after that point in time, we had to part ways. Anybody who's willingly try to usher souls off into hell, it's some scary crap. But I'm just sitting there looking. They get an angel, they get a devil, and then they get a you talk too much. And boom, 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 boom. Legal team pointed out. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Martha, and that's the thing that a lot of people keep really, 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 really not acknowledging. The man that helped raise Ramir, the man who used to pay child support for Ramir, they took a DNA test to exclude him. See, it's funny when people start talking about these things, but they're not talking about the fact that Wanda was so hell bent on making sure that her son got the proper acknowledgement that he needed, that he deserved as an heir, a legitimate heir, that the man who raised him, the man who had taken care of him his whole life, they went and did a DNA test and it proved that that man was not the father. So this way his name could be taken off of all of Mymir's birth records. Like that was the man that she wanted to be his father. That was the man she never took into consideration. But as the boy got older and as it was on her conscience, he looked just like him. Trust me, I know what it's like to look at your child. And as he grows up, you have no choice but to acknowledge who his father is. I went through that very same thing. I was also a young teen mom. But what I do find interesting is that there was a content creator, and salute to a friend of mine. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want people getting too up in arms about it or whatever the case may be. But you know, people keep talking about the fact that Wanda was a minor, alleged minor, even though Lily was there and she knows that Wanda was a minor. Um, but we'll say alleged here. One, two, three. What I find interesting is that another content creator said part of the reason why they might be having such a hard time with the idea of him having to produce his DNA is that it might pop up on some unsolved red rums from his very tragic and dangerous past. You know, if his DNA gets put into the system, then it goes into the database. If it goes into the database, then the genetic markers, if it were to pop up on any homicides, like, yeah, there's no statute of limitation on red rum. And, salute to the content creator. I don't know her name, but I'm sure she's hearing this, salute to you as well. Because the truth is, people will forgive you for being a weirdo. There's so many people that forgive people for being weirdos. But when you start taking lives and to think that maybe a good part of your organization was built and developed on that. Mm, no statute of limitation. What if it's more than one? You know? So I could see why people would be doing whatever they had to do. Because if he gets popped for any of that, then that's just the end of the brand. And then it's definitely going to make Beyonce looked crazy as hell because not only did you help cover up the fact that he had fathered other children before yours, and that would make you the biggest narcissist in the world for you to want only your children to exist as his children of record, or maybe just pissed off that you have to share money with other kids and you want your kids to be able to inherit everything when they punch his clock, but red rum too. That would just Ooh, that would not make, the baby look good at all. Matter of fact, it would make her look like she was, a real down ass broad with no morals, no scruples, and no care. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why I could see why they would want to, you know, not have his DNA out there, allegedly. But yeah, uh, I don't see Lily backing down. I don't. I don't see Lily backing down. I don't see Lily walking away. So until they make a statement, until one of them makes a statement or it comes out on a credible news source, because the truth is, this shouldn't just be being passed around on blogs. News that big, um, Pierce Morgan should be talking about it. News this big should be on actual news because this story did make it to actual news. Uh-huh, Makia. Hey, Janine, welcome. I mean, like I said, these people will do anything. Yeah, Ramir actually said that. He said, in honor of his mother, he wasn't going to stop fighting. So, yeah,
know how true that traffic K red red wine news. Yeah, that's probably fake.
and if that, like, I don't see it being over. Maybe it's a technicality, maybe it's not, but I'm sure they'll have the ability to refile. Maybe there was a snitch, maybe there was a glitch, but at the end of the day, the man that she thought was his dad took a DNA test and it wasn't him. That means it had to be somebody else. And from what Wanda said, there was only 2 men that she was involved with as a child. And the godmother was around and an adult. So like I said, I think people are scrambling and how did Diddy say it to Fab? I like it when you're scrambling like that, Daddy. People are just scrambling and they're scraping and they're refinancing $1 million homes. I haven't seen any other news yet. Yeah, I know. And guess what? I think we should wait. I think we should wait. Like this situation with Malcolm Jamal Warner's passing. There's been 80 million different stories to pop out in 48 hours about what happened to him. Salute to Miss Slowdown. And thank you for, doing some honest research and keeping up with it because for some of us it's too triggering to look into. I know it definitely has been too triggering for me. I knew Malcolm. Malcolm was a good man. He will be greatly missed. Class act. But even Malcolm had spoken up about certain roles that he wanted to go after, where he refused to do certain things. He said he wasn't going to sell his soul to get a role. He wasn't going to do it. That's the other thing, haven't talked to Jonathan Hay in a minute, but I will be reaching out to him. I will be reaching out to him. You know, it's it's just kind of wild to me. First he was swimming, then he was surfing, then he was surfing with a teeny bopper and some other guy. Now they're saying that he might have been hit or struck with a surfboard. Hmm. Well, I tell you one thing: if you're out in the ocean and you're surfing and somebody cracks you over the head with a surfboard, that'll definitely make it hard for you to be able to breathe or stay conscious while you're in the water. Um, the simple fact that the person that was taken to the hospital while Malcolm was only taken to the morgue, the simple fact that people said that they were working on him for hours. Why would they need to be working on him for hours? If he was unresponsive, he was unresponsive. It seems like once you retrieved him from the water, the smartest thing to do, yeah, it's sounding a lot like the Angie Stone case. It's sounding a lot like the Angie Stone case. Whole lot. And salute to the spiritual shade room because he was right on it right away. He did the gematria. All the numbers add up. And Miss Lowdown, she did, salute to her. She did another deep dive. Some of the same numbers that popped up in Angie Stone's case for staging the scene and cover up. The numbers for that, they also, yeah, as she would say, sacra to the vice. Yeah. Um, yeah, the numbers popped up for Angie Stone as well as Malcolm Jamal Warner. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of things that are wrong. And there's a lot of things that are just happening over and over again. I'm just still trying to figure out, you get denied a bunch of loans. You sue somebody to give you the money that you can't get in the loan. Yeah, you weren't going to say it, but yeah, Angie Stone. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the numbers are very telling. And like I was saying, salute to the spiritual shade room. Anya Sorrow, he was on it right away, even before Miss Slowdown got into the work of it. Spiritual shade room, he had already done the numbers and said that yeah, it was all lining up. So it's yeah, yeah, it's all looking really bad. It's all looking really crazy. I just I don't understand why people are having such a hard time. The part though of Miss Lowdown's research that I'm really loving, you know, when she was talking about the satanic cults and their hotspots, where they're really active. A lot of people weren't talking about the fact that at the beginning of this year, right when Trump was about to take up office, how uh, a lot of the places where the planes kept going down were hotbeds for satanic occult behavior and and cults, just period, just heavy operating area. Apparently, you know, Costa Rica has a big Satanist community, big Satanist community. So you think about a God fearing man like Malcolm Jamal Warner going on vacation to a place where Satanism is at an all time high. And then while he's there, and then you got the Red Cross, which is, you know, some of our biggest blood dealers in America. Um, I don't know. You got it's the I don't know what happened to set in the West. I don't know if I'm here on my own, but hey, can you guys please keep on liking? And we appreciate. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of people said a lot of things. A lot of people said a lot of things when Trump got elected. You hadn't heard about them selling. Oh no, they do. They sell a lot. They buy and they sell. That's what they do. You've been learning gematria and quite a few times the numbers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't know, guys. It's just when you keep hearing people saying, "Hey, you know, my career didn't go this way, or I didn't get this out of my career because I refused to sell my soul, or I didn't do this, or this didn't happen because I refused to sell my soul." Like when you keep hearing people saying these things, when they keep saying these things, When are people finally going to just like get the picture? Like, when are people finally going to get the picture? Why would people keep saying, I refuse to sell my soul? I refuse to sell my soul. If there wasn't a lot of occult, dark magic, and satanic ritual involved here, like why would people keep saying that? Like you hear people say, "Oh, even little Chloe Bailey." I was just looking at a video. I was doing a little research, and she was talking about, how the movie Sinners had her in tears and made her cry because it was just like the industry to her. And I said the exact same thing after I saw it.
Hmm.
Welcome,
Hmm.
God's daughter. Did I not? Did I not say it?
Hmm.
I was like, this movie, it's about the industry, and I said it when I sat down with real life. I was like, when I was talking with Joker about the movie Sinners and what I saw. Um, oh, you've been reading Tell the Truth? Good. Makes you understand why so many people are blind to lies and evil. Honey, honey, it is definitely a program, but we need to stop pretending like we don't see what's happening here. Like we don't see what's really going on. Like it's this country. This country is being manipulated and ruled by pure evil. Pure evil. People are losing their lives. People are being displaced. When you look at all of the witchcraft that is surrounding the way people come after me, even that post of me being listed as a deep cover agent, that's witchcraft in itself. Trying to
Hmm.
convince people of something that's not true, trying to convince
Hmm.
people of something that's not real, because that's witchcraft, illusions, and there is no easier way to delude a people than with entertainment and music and media. Like it's wild for Chloe to say that, especially considering that her sister stays in the public eye and she stays with the right people. It's kind of funny.
Mm.
And it's kind of weird because Chloe is kind of like the more talented one of the two sisters. But she's being the one ostracized because she doesn't want to have to get down with the foolishness. Meanwhile, her sister's running around setting up young boys and making babies and filing you know, fake DV claims to get restraining orders. Like it makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder. And when I think about the industry, like I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Lauren Hill and I'm seeing her, for so many years, we did not see her. For so many years, she was just off the radar. For so many years, she wasn't being acknowledged at all. That's what was going on. And now, we're seeing her more often. We're seeing her pop up more often. Um, I don't know who you're saying was OJ's child. I'm not sure. But yeah, this I don't know, Seth. What do you think? Uh,
Hmm.
maybe I'm just pontificating here.
Nah. Um, I was trying to see what she was talking about. Said who was OJ's child? Chloe. Oh, Chloe. No, not Chloe Kardashian. My eye. She's talking about Chloe Bailey. Um,
From
I'm
Chloe and
gonna take.
Haley, who
I'm
who
gonna
were
take that.
signed. Yeah,
I'm gonna take that clip what you just said. I'm gonna turn it into something because yeah, you're so right. When I met them in 2018, I mean they were young as hell, so I was kind of just like uh asking them a few questions in regards to like where they at in their career at the time. They were just kind of like getting the notoriety. I don't think they dropped any music yet or nothing like that. Because when did they really? When did both of them really hit? 2019.
2016.
Oh no, no. Okay, so they hit the game in 2016, but they
Like
okay. I got,
I remember them 2016. They had that one record Without You.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And that was really, you know,
But but
that one.
but they but
And
they
then I
they
found out they were signed to Beyonce, and I was like, oh, their careers are screwed.
yeah,
Because
and
the
then
only reason they signed those girls was so that they could siphon and steal their music. Because that's what they do with everyone that they work with.
yeah,
They
yeah,
siphon and
they
steal the music.
yeah, if they would have and were they discovered on YouTube like Justin Bieber
Yes,
or am I
they were also
ah
discovered on YouTube. They were
yeah.
YouTube
See, but what you said, I'm gonna turn it into something because I have an idea. It's definitely gonna be an interesting little. It's just something I'm gonna do. But I was like I said when I was asking them just a couple little questions. It's just they were kind of just both excited to be where they were. So they were 2 years in the game, and now we move forward. This is 7 years later, and yeah, she came and said, "Hey, this ain't it for me." Because I did hear that blurb where she said the movie Sinners she cried for an hour after seeing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And
And you remember when
yeah,
I left, you remember when we left the theater
hmm
after we went to go watch
hmm
it. I was just sitting there like,
hmm
if that ain't the game,
hmm
if that ain't how it is. And that's what's wild because, so many entertainers have so many awesome things to share with the world, have so many awesome things to give to the world. And then you have the entertainment industry. But then again, look at what's driving it. Look at what's fueling it. Look at what's fueling the industry. Um, the fashion world. When you look at how much of a stranglehold or stronghold the fashion world has on entertainment as a whole, it's
yeah,
people don't really pay attention to that fact. Like nobody's paying attention to the fact that the money, the silent money backing Rock Nation, the silent money backing Fenty, Rihanna's brand, all Louis
mm,
Vuitton. And then I looked, and Doechii has a new featured ad on YouTube where it's asking what's in Doechii's Louis Vuitton bag. And so she has her Louis Vuitton bag there, and then she's going through all of the items that she has in it. And I'm sitting here, and it's become like the gateway to fame. And then, Balmain, and Balmain is Louis Vuitton. And think about,
mm,
all of the Balmain clothing and stuff that was featured in Power, you know, on Mary J.
mhm,
Blige,
mhm,
Taraji B. Henson. Like it's all of these people pushing these narratives, pushing these agendas, pushing these brands. And meanwhile, while everyone is spending fortunes to get this stuff, come to find out it's all manufactured in China and you could get it all for next to nothing. And all of this was being promoted by entertainers. When it gets to the point where fashion becomes the big dollar in what's driving, and then you need to look at the fashion world for what it is. It's slavery.
yep,
The way models are treated, all of that stuff. You got to look at it. There's this guy now. They call him the Godfather of the runway, the man who teaches women how to walk the runway and slay. And it's just this man. And
how can a man? I'm sorry. Go ahead. God, what?
yeah, and he looks like a little Bangkok. He looks like he's from Bangkok.
Mm.
Little lady boy. He's an older gentleman, and now he has a predecessor who's taller and thinner, and he's teaching women how to walk. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Part of the game.
So now it's just gotten to the point where everything has become so convoluted. I don't even think people are seeing. You got Future sitting at a fashion runway show holding a pocketbook. Like, I don't understand what it is with all of these athletes and all of these, especially our black men. They get over there to Europe and then instantly they're all wearing they got pocketbooks.
Yeah, I wanted to play something. I was looking for. Hold on one
Yeah.
second. No, continue because I was looking for something. Go ahead.
Big ass grown ass 6'5" men running around with orange you know, what is it, the Birkin bag. LeBron James running around with an orange Birkin bag, like the grown up version of that little fanny pack, the faggy pack that Shannon Sharp was wearing, his little orange pocketbook. You know, it's too many agendas. It's just too many agendas. And what I'm trying to understand is what does any of it at all, have to do with music? What does it have to do with what music is supposed to be for? You know, this is a gift from God that was given to the world for the purpose of bringing us together, exalting God. You know, like, and I don't see where God is in any of this crap. I just don't. I don't see where he lives in any of it. I don't see where any of it resides. It's all kind of just disgusting. Like, really, it's and it has nothing to do with being what is it? What is it? Uh anti anything. Like, nobody's anti anything. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I have a friend of mine. She's bisexual just like me. I'm a bisexual woman who prefers to be in long term relationships with men. She's a bisexual woman who prefers to be in long term relationships with women. That's just the way it works. We all are who we all are. Yeah. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm a lesbian trapped inside a man's body.
Meek meek
Listen.
milk. Meek milk. But my point, actually, no, you're not a lesbian trapped inside a man's body. You are not. You are
They
not.
said I was
Because
PJ.
I don't even know why you said that. I don't even know why
Because
you would repeat
that
that.
she was hilarious. I was just like,
If I'm not allowed to say, if I am not allowed to say the African A word, you can't ever say that
okay,
again because it's
okay, my
traumatizing to me.
I got you. No, I was just saying because I'm like now I got dreads. Look, let me but no, anyway.
Yeah, you no, you don't have dreads. You have locks.
I
Whatever
have
that
a lot.
mop strap is that that person had, that they had to they were
Okay,
literally taking needle and thread and sewing the pieces that fell off back on.
yeah, Raggedy Ann. Okay, tell me if you hear this. I want you to
That's
listen to this.
dreadful.
This is some CJ the academic on Instagram, y'all. This is what she said. Tell me if y'all hear this. Today's company, Rock Nation, reached out to me to collaborate on their so-called Justice Summit. And instead of accepting their invitation, I want to use this moment to talk about how figures like Jay-Z, along with others in the capitalist class, often hide behind superficially righteous phrases. Okay, I was trying to find that whole clip. Give me one second. But she said Jay-Z and Rock Nation reached out to her, um, and she rejected the offer. They basically tried to collaborate with her. She has something called Raising Consciousness, and it's called
Mm,
Black Excellence. But bravo to her for having the balls to be like, nah, I'm cool because some people they would have, Jay Z, they would have fell out and try to collaborate and do what they need to do. But yeah,
All money ain't good money.
yeah, exactly.
Jay-Z's company, Rock Nation, reached out to me to collaborate on their so-called Justice Summit. And instead of accepting their invitation, I want to use this moment to talk about how figures like Jay-Z, along with others in the capitalist class, often hide behind superficially righteous phrases like Black excellence while exploiting Black people. There are three quick key concepts I want you to take with you. One is class solidarity versus elite solidarity. Two is co-optation. And three is representation versus liberation. So let's start with the first one. By elite solidarity, I mean when the powerful protect each other and when members outside of that class, namely the working class, protect them too, clinging to the myth that if they work hard enough, they might one day join the capitalist class. This system, however, isn't built to elevate most people.
Right.
Only about 7.5% of kids born into poverty ever reach the top 20%. And for Black children, it's just 2.5%. Capitalism necessitates a working class to exploit, and it keeps people loyal with the illusion of upward mobility. Next is co-optation. What we're seeing through this Justice Summit is co-optation in real time, the absorption of radical language by someone whose wealth depends on maintaining inequality. Co-optation is dangerous because it can confuse people about who's actually fighting for liberation. It should anger us when people like Jay-Z co-opt the Black radical tradition while profiting from the very systems that tradition seeks to dismantle. Whenever a billionaire tries to do something like this, we should reject it and publicly name it for what it is, hollow PR. And finally, there's representation versus liberation. I'm sure you've heard Black faces in high places isn't the same as achieving structural justice. Representation without any sort of material change is a trap to keep us complacent. If Jay-Z actually stood for justice, he probably wouldn't have announced a debt-free scholarship program, with many students later reporting being in tens and thousands of dollars in debt, what many have referred to as a real-life Scott's Tots situation. He probably wouldn't have partnered with the NFL, while many viewed Kaepernick as being blackballed for protesting against police violence, then dismissively said, I think we've past kneeling. He probably wouldn't have fronted the Barclays Center project, which fueled gentrification and displacement in Brooklyn. Probably wouldn't have launched Tidal as artist empowerment while small artists reported exploitation. And probably wouldn't have spent years publicly aligned with Diddy, regardless of how he tries to reframe that relationship now.
Oh, and then she showed the email at the end. Yo, see, I'm telling you, they're done. They're sick. They're like, did y'all hear that? Hopefully y'all heard that.
Oh, we heard it.
Okay.
Put a one in the
Yeah,
chat if everybody heard that.
so go to IG. This is the doctor, CJ the academic. And she has an organization, raising consciousness. And see, that's real. Like, you got these people that are fake. She's keeping it a buck. She like, this guy here, he's fake. He's not really representing uh empowering everyone. It's
Or
really just about
justice.
him. He's
Or
not about
justice.
justice. Yeah. Yeah.
Then it's real. So the question is, why do we have so many of our people literally trying to uphold this? And it's just kind of wild to me because, you know, as much as I want to believe that Black people as a whole in America have grown, have gotten smarter, have gotten wiser, I don't see it. I don't see it. We're all constantly still infighting, pointing fingers, placing blame, rather than trying to find solutions. Hey, Ms. Ack, welcome back. Rather than trying to find ways where we can empower each other and work harder. Every time someone is trying to create a path for financial equality and upliftment, they're targeted, they're taken down, Nobody fights to hold on to it. The Marathon brand, when Nipsey passed away, you would have thought more people would have fought to continue to keep pushing it in the direction up, up. Hold on a second, I'll wait. We're
What
buffering.
happened? No, you're fine.
No, okay, I'm just checking.
No,
No, because
no, you're fine.
um, you know, every time, where was I? I'm sorry, because I was trying to get to something specifically.
You're talking about Nipsey's.
Yeah, there's so much that was supposed to have been done. There are so many people that should have got on board to help push his initiative because his initiative was teaching wealth and wealth development amongst his people. That's what he was doing, embedding his codes, to his music in his clothing. So if you bought, a garment, you would have access to whatever catalog of music was attached to that. I mean, all of that was brilliant. It was brilliant, super smart. Tory tried to do the same thing. You know, when we see people that are marketing freedom, especially financial freedom in art, and we don't get behind that, and we let them get moved around and we let them get taken down. I mean, for crying out loud, Nip was working on the documentary for Dr. Sabi, which, by the way, guys, when we were in New York for the trial, we actually took a little time and we went by a Sabi approved store where there were all kinds of different products. And we sat down with the shopkeeper, who's the manager of the store there. That was in Brooklyn. The courthouse was in Manhattan. Um, but when we stopped by there, we still haven't gotten that footage yet, have we?
No, I
They
don't think
still
we
haven't
will.
sent us that footage. We sat down with him and we talked about health and wellness and well-being and all of that. And it's so funny because the one thing that I remember when we were discussing that footage, they were like, "Oh yeah, well, we have the footage from the shoot, and and we'll send you the Dr. Sabi stuff. You can do whatever you want to do with that." Like, and these were black people that we were working with. Um, you got to ask yourself why that is, and then next thing you know, but I mean, Lisa Lepti Lopez, and remember, Dr. Sabi's entire spiel was teaching us how to use what the land had to offer to, you know, better our health, better our wellness, and improve our life and our time for life and existence. It's a thank you, Maya. Like it's just kind of wild because Nick Cannon, after Nip passed away, he said he was going to pick up where Nip left off, and he was going to make sure that the documentary made it out. And guess what? That never happened.
Stop. As soon as he sat with Griff and he gaslit the fuck out of Griff too. Nick Cannon's a well. I'll reserve. I'm gonna stop saying bad stuff in public about other black people, but y'all know what it is.
What do you
Um,
mean
soon
saying
as he sat,
bad stuff about other black people? If
soon as
it's
he,
real
well,
stuff, it's real stuff.
well, no, I talked to him in person. In fact, I gotta holler at Pep because Pep works with Nick. That's my boy. I gotta holler at him because as soon as he sat down with Griff and gaslit the hell out of Griff, then all of a sudden, yeah, he had to go sit down with the ADL, and then he's not doing the Nipsey stuff no more. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, man.
Hmm. And thank you for that heads up, Jennifer, regarding Tori's situation. You know, y- we we got so many people. We got so many people out here that are being screwed over for nothing more than doing the right thing, for nothing more than saying what's real and saying what's true. Um, It's just wild, you know. And instead, we want to, sit around and listen to people talking this and talking that and doing this and doing that, calling people deep cover government operatives and all kinds of craziness. But we're not getting to the bottom of anything that we need to talk about. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't go out of my way to talk crazy about black people, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. And
No,
you
no,
can
no,
say
no,
that
no.
that's racist all you
Listen,
want, but
no,
that's what
listen.
it is.
No, no, no. We do got to call them out. I was just, because that was my code. I used to be like, I ain't gonna say nothing in public about, but no, we got to call them out.
Mizak,
I
J
already called
Mizak,
out.
it's
Was that?
best that we don't assume anything until we know what's really going on.
Yeah, because that story may not be real, Jay.
We don't know. We don't know for sure. And I'm all about considering the source. We talked about that a little earlier before you got here. Um, and yeah, considering who it's coming from, um, I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't see them going this far and turning around now. But if it is real, I'm sure something will materialize and we'll hear it. But as far as believing anything that comes from Trashy the Grouch, I just, sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. I got to consider the source. And that individual has lied on me, still lies on me to this day. That individual actually, as of earlier this year, March of this year, was still trying to encourage people that I am schizophrenic and I am crazy and I am out of my mind. Do you believe that? Does anyone believe that? Because see, that's her job. Her job is to make people believe whatever her bosses want her to believe and get people to believe. We can't be so, and that's really the gist. That was the gist of, I believe, this live coming in, just looking at how people are selling propaganda and looking at how fast we jump into it. The question is how many people are actually going to believe that I actually am some kind of deep cover federal agent? Because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that, oh, well, yeah, well, that explains why she knows so much. And that explains why, oh, man, oh, she a fed, Jack a fed. Still ain't paid Cardi B. And she ain't never going to pay Cardi B.
No, she's not. Now, who look more like the Fed now? Because in all honesty, yeah, 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 Jamie is like that. Yeah, Childish Gambino and Donald Glover are the same people. This is the joke
Yeah,
that I was basically saying. They said some people are racist, and they say, but all black people look the same. Well, yes, the same guy. But yeah, Trasher, you can't really take her journalistic integrity as you can't say even she has journalistic
he's not a
integrity.
journalist. He's
She
not a
got she's not a
journalist.
journalist,
He's
and
an
she's already
inventor.
been known.
He's an inventor of false facts. That's what she does. She sits around and she sits there and she tells lies and tells lies and tells lies and tells lies until people believe him. You know what that's called? That's called witchcraft.
Hmm.
That's called witchcraft. And it's wild because people think that because a liar may tell a truth or a half truth every now and then. Mm-mm. That's to get you to take everything that they say into consideration as possible.
Hmm. When you really shouldn't. You really.
I mean, I thought Will Smith. I
You
thought
need
Will
to
Smith
13
was
with
getting
that.
divorced. I thought Will Smith was getting divorced.
Yeah, they were
I
running
haven't
with
heard
that,
any.
huh?
I haven't heard any divorce announcement yet. You know. But then again, let's not forget million view video with I'm just trying to what was it? Brother Bilal? Yeah, they're still married legally, as they both said. They've been separated for years. Why would they change that now?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's and that's the thing. People get so caught up. They get so caught up into, we just get sensationalized. We get batterammed with information. Like this entire week, from Malcolm Jamal to Ozzy Osbourne to Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer to uh, Obama being charged with treason to like, it's only Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. And we still got another week for freaking to the end of July. This is, I mean, man.
Like, you want to know what's really funny, Maya? Exactly. She does comedy tours with no evidence. Her comedy career is just as real as Aries Spears, and as realistic as Vladimir Lyuski's DJ career. DJ Vlad my ass. It's so funny. I've been calling out his fake career, and nobody will say anything. Nobody will say anything, not even him. He won't even acknowledge the fact that he's not a DJ. But that's all it took to work him into the Black community and to make him relevant to be able to talk crap and line up a bunch of artists and a bunch of people allegedly. She tries to do a lot of things. Funny thing about my Coca-Cola commercial, that was my commercial.
Oh yeah, speaking of,
They weren't even, I'm the
um,
one, I'm the one that asked for the Roots to be a part of it. They weren't even going to make the Roots be a part of it. And you know what? I shouldn't have let them. I should have just went on ahead and did it with the fake band. I should have. Because the
that's
second that I
that.
let them in, the second that I let them in, just like sinners, the next thing you know, that's when they started working against me behind my back to have me removed from all Coca-Cola campaigns after that.
The brother who helped shoot that project, he has a lot of behind the scenes footage. He wanted to get together with us to do a documentary on not just that, but other stuff.
Yeah,
How many of y'all would be interested in watching a doc? Because it's really
man,
about how we
just
get
like
from
sinners.
how we get from Lauren Hill to Sexy Red, and he's tying in your Coca Cola commercial. He's not dogging you or nothing. He's just talking about how they sexualize black women
Yeah.
in a
They
certain
spend all
way.
their time focusing on my mouth.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
They kept focusing on my mouth and the way I had to place the Coca-Cola bottle on my lips, not too sexual, but try to make it and do it like this. Like it was all that's what they do.
Yeah, we more than you'll more than likely see a documentary coming soon about that. I just got to make sure everything is right with the with the work. But nonetheless, yeah, that's very interesting. You said that. I didn't know that you were not going to
Mhm.
include them initially.
No, no. Coca-Cola. They were not the Roots weren't a part of that deal. That was my commercial.
Yeah.
But to be loyal to the crew, I insisted that they be my band.
Mm.
And they came in just like those vampires did. I was
Mm.
pregnant in that commercial. They literally took over my trailer. I had to share a trailer with Fatima, and she was pissed off about that. Like, that's who those fucking guys were. That's who they still are. Real fucking assholes. They were so jealous. And then they sat there and they worked and they worked and they worked their campaign and then brought everyone else from Philly in to have me removed completely after I had included them. Yeah, Fatima, the woman who used to do choreography for Aaliyah, who still airtight lips shut regarding everything. I mean, she was a dancer
I
too.
got some. I got some breaking news.
Yeah, what? Oh, what? You breaking news? Yeah, the roots they're not what people think they are. They are not what people think they are. I was the next everything, and they fought so hard.
Yeah, the
David
news is
Geffen.
breaking. David Geffen
Mm,
accused of abusing in suit alleging paid STX and super yacht DUX parties.
I'm not
Um,
surprised.
David Geffen has been sued
Shout
by
out
his
to Geffen
estranged husband
Records.
Donovan Michael. Oh, you want you sign it, Geffen?
Yep.
Um,
And I fought my ass off. I fought my ass off to get out of that deal.
so David Geffen sued by Donovan Michaels, who says that the billionaire film producer preyed on his vulnerabilities as a young gay black man from the fostering system and trapped him into a manipulative and abusive relationship. David Geffen's 82, Jesus Christ, and old boy is 32.
Mm,
They met on seekingarrangements.com.
mm,
and on the night they met, the media mogul allegedly paid him 10K for SEX. They continued their relationship and they married in 2023, minus a prenup. And now the husband is alleging he's suing Geffen for breach of contract, saying that the billionaire promised to take care of him financially, but left him nearly broken homeless. The
mm,
lawsuit compared their relationship to the plot of Trading Places. It says Geffen used Michaels as a trophy to show off his rich, famous friends. It's a sick game, the complaint states. Michael became a prop in Geffen's theater of virtue, paraded
mm,
around as evidence of Geffen's supposed altruism while privately using him as a SDXual commodity.
mm,
Uh, David Geffen's attorney pushed back against the allegations that there was no contract,
mm,
there was no express written or
mm,
oral or implied that
mm,
has ever existed. She said in the statement with the Times, we will vigorously and righteously defend against this false, pathetic lawsuit. So it's a
mm,
33-page lawsuit. I'm about to dig deep into this. I think this is very interesting. It's a lot.
mm,
Oh, it's a lot. I
mm,
can keep reading, but I don't want to keep reading. What do y'all think
mm,
about this, y'all?
mm. Ooh, I
What do you
couldn't
think
wait to
about
get
this?
out of that contract. They was gonna put me on the shelf, and they were gonna shelf me until until I decided to be a good girl. Oh, until
Wow.
they were gonna break me, and I said, nope, it's time to go my own way. It's time to be an independent. It's time to go my
Wow.
own way. You can go your own way.
You
Go
did it your way.
your own way. Yeah, and then
I did
that's when
good.
they started playing heavy handed, and just really manipulating everything. I was touring, shows were great, everything was fine, and next thing you know, promoters were getting paid not to book me, to have me replaced with people like Fantasia, all kinds of stuff. It's I'm not surprised at this at all.
Mm.
I've been fighting this industry now for
I think
18
I think I think
years.
we're gonna interview his husband. What do you think? Would you be interested?
You know what? Yeah, I'll
Let me
definitely be
reach out.
interested.
Let me reach out to some people. Maybe we can interview him real brief.
Hey, Golden. No, no, I'd love to interview him. I'd love to talk to him. The simple fact that the man is 50 years older than him, the simple fact that
Yeah.
they were married and in a relationship for that long goes to show that he waited literally. He waited for him to become barely legal and then used him as and this is what they do. This is what they do. The industry is disgusting. It's disgusting, which is why I don't understand why people are so quick to defend it. You know, listening to some of the questions that Demore was asked, like, you know, wouldn't it just been easier for you to, just go along with it and 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 I mean, working for Rock Nation, oh, it must have been, you want to do this, you want to do that, like, and even the things that Javon was accused of doing, um, the stuff that he was accused of doing, working Demore, forcing her to work for their company that they own together, like it's wild. It really is. It's just wild. All of this pretense, all of this pomp and circumstance, all of this it's kind of disgusting. That's all. In my opinion, it's all really just kind of disgusting. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I remember when I told my dad I wanted to be an artist and I wanted to tour the world and I wanted to sing, and he said, "You know what, honey? If that's all it was, it wouldn't be so bad." He said, "But it's a whole lot more than that." He said, "And I promise you, they will try to break you." And I said, "But Dad, this is what I want to do. I want to be an artist. I want to be, I wanted to go to art school." My dad wouldn't hear of it, wouldn't hear of it, wouldn't allow it to happen. And when I look back at it now, I mean, I still fought. I still fought like tooth and nail for my career. And it was wonderful because when I finally made it, um, when I finally made it, my dad supported me. He was the head of my fan club. He was, man, when The Best Man came out, he bought tickets to that film that first day, the whole day, because his baby's name popped up on the silver screen at the end, and his baby's
Mm.
voice was featured multiple times throughout that movie. And it was so wild because I said, "Dad, you got tickets for the whole day? You sat through that movie that many times?" He said, "No, I went out and did some other stuff." And he was like, "I just came back so I could hear your part and so I could see my daddy's name, so I could see me and my daddy's name in lights." And oh, my dad knew a lot about the industry because what a lot of people don't talk about and don't realize is that my grandfather was industry. My grandfather was on the chitlin circuit. My grandfather was a song and dance man. My grandfather almost made it to the Cotton Club, and his His granddaughter made it to Madison Square Garden, made it to Lincoln Center, made it to New York, where people used to line up around the block waiting to come in and see his grandbaby. I got to complete everything that my grandfather didn't. Yeah, yeah. We talking back in the 30s, back in the 40s, back in the 20s. My grandfather was born 1900. So see, everything that I have in me, it's in my blood. It's my birthright. I'm both my dad and my granddad. Both of them all up in one. But see, the justice part, that comes from my dad. My dad hated what the industry did to my grandfather, what it did to the family. King B, we have already responded to this on several occasions. You're going to have to go back, replay gang, and hear what we had to say about it. But we're not going to talk about it again. We've commented on it twice. That'll be all. But yeah, just my father knew what the industry did to people. He knew what it was based on. He knew about the rituals, the Satanism. There was no way he was going to offer his baby up for that. But to be a young aspiring artist, I wasn't trying to hear that. I wanted it, right? And I was convinced that if I got inside, there was something that I could do to change it, right? I could make it different, right? And I did for quite some time. I did. I did try. And then I realized this is a rigged game. It is fixed. And the only way is to break it completely. Completely. And that's not something that you can do from the inside. Because the truth is, there's too many people, too many, who want this thing to stay. And if there's anything that the Diddy trial should have taught all of us, it's how many people wanted things to stay the way that they are. So many people could have spoke up. You know, if I really wanted to go scorched earth, I could just start calling people out right now. People who I know the exact same things that I know. People who know everything that I know. People who told me things that I learned along the way. I could call them all out. And you know what? They'll all start calling me liars too. They'll all start creating their own little campaigns against me, hiring bloggers to come after me. Oh, I know I'm making a difference. But see, the real difference is going to be when we can finally find a way to create the funding for cruelty free, to show people what a cruelty free agenda looks like in marketing, managing, and producing music, producing art as a whole. See, that's the thing. You know, I was really hoping that this summer I would be spending more time focusing on music. And if you guys knew how many people are threatened, musicians, producers, artists, threatened not to work with me. If you work with her, you'll never get hired again. If you perform with her, you'll never get booked again. If you do this with her, you'll never do that again. Can you imagine? For somebody who's supposed to be so irrelevant to the business, they spend so much time in the backdrop, so much time trying to find a way to suppress me. You know, if I could ask anything of my support base, it would be to help me build this space so that your children who are artists, so that your children can have a safe place. You know, you got to ask yourself why they work so hard. Why they work so hard to make this a monopoly, because they know that the second that people get a taste of something else, if it doesn't have anything to do with that, they're going to leave in droves. Tory Lanez teaching people how to use the digital space to create wealth for their independent music. Oh, oh, man. Sometimes I wonder why in God's name. Well, see, this is the thing. If we have our own space, I'm not going to be promoting Louis Vuitton. I'm not going to be promoting Gucci. I'm not going to be promoting that stuff. Not at all. I would be promoting independent freelance artists to create beautiful clothes. Yeah. And guess what? You get one artist to come up with a hit record and he's wearing some awesome, beautiful stuff. Guess whose money? Guess where the money doesn't go to? It doesn't go back to LVMH. It doesn't go back to Gucci. It doesn't go back to Balenciaga. It doesn't go back. You see, they create this monopoly because they know they can't compete with true ingenuitive talent and ability. They know that. You give me 5 solid artists, 2 designers, and 10 producers. I'll turn this whole thing on its head.
Well, be careful what you ask for. Hmm. When it comes, it's just gonna come way coming after it.
I'll turn this whole thing on its head. On its head.
Yep. No,
You
I
know,
know.
I'm sitting there looking at Keisha Cole on stage, trying to copy Beyonce's cowboy stuff. Oh, and she's sitting there looking like My Little Pony,
Yeah.
just prancing around. I'm a pony. I'm a pony with these shaggy chaps on in a piece of bathing suit. And I'm just sitting there looking like I was getting hot watching it. Just sitting there dancing. I'm a pony. I'm a pony. And yeah, I said designers. You know, I'm telling you, I don't get it. You ain't even singing no country songs. You ain't even got no damn banjo yourself, and you just running around Listen to me. Mary J. Blige probably can't even remember the lyrics. Let's be honest. The way her face is looking tight, it's starting to look like she's got dentures. This is bad. These overworked old cows. Not even Beyonce can keep up with her own show anymore. It's pathetic. All of them trying to sell this, whatever it is, and none of it genuine. None of it real. None of it authentic. Just, oh God. I'm a pony. I'm a pony. The chaps. Yeah, them damn boots. I don't even know. Honestly, them boots might have some kind of like, android, to help keep her up because she looks too tired to walk half the damn time. It's just the same couple of artists doing the same tired dance routines, wearing the same tired designs with the same weave, the same wig, the same. I'm telling you, them boots can stand up by themselves. I promise you that. Them boots can probably walk by those boots were made for walking and they can walk without her. I do believe. Seriously. You sit here and you look, and they're doing all of this to sell an image. Kids. To get kids to buy a bunch of crap that they don't even need. And most of them, they wouldn't even want. I what I wouldn't give to see one of them get on stage in a pair of jeans and a dope ass t-shirt and really sing, perform. Just strip away all of the crap, strip away all of the nonsense, and work. Be there for the audience, like really be there. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Whitney
Now
Houston.
we about to bring that back, and that's what they don't want for us to
Mm.
bring back real musicians, real music, real instrumentation.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you this right now. Yes, I'm a pony. I'm a pony. My Little Pony. Yes. A bunch of grown ass women running around in star spangled onesies. These
mm.
people are too old to be dressed like this. Let's be clear.
Okay, Jack, we gotta
And who the hell is
we got
interested in running, looking at all of they crotch all the time? Like just
now
crotch
now
everywhere.
now
Crotch
now, dear,
jockeys.
now listen, dear,
Yeah.
we gotta get in the stew. We gotta get off of this, and we gotta get in the stew. There's so much going on. Trump mentioned in the DOJ told Trump was mentioned in the Epstein uh, listings or whatever, and then Candace Owens being sued by the president of France.
Good.
We gotta no, we got it's a lot. We gotta talk. So I mean, it's
Oh
funny.
yeah.
We do
We got the
hours, and it's like
pods.
yeah, yeah. No, well, we ain't got to do them. I just wanted to see where you want to
No,
let
we
all this
gotta
go.
do them. No, we gotta do them. We gotta do them.
There's a
I'm gonna
lot
tell you,
going on.
it's little fires everywhere. But this is
I
my
know.
thing. This is my thing. Candace Owens should be sued because if you're going to call out the president of France, where you are not a citizen and where your life is not being affected by the choices that these people make, like it's none of your business.
She said that lady is amazing, and she has proof.
Really? Really?
Look,
Really?
that
I
goes
dare,
back to
I
that
dare,
goes,
I
that
dare
goes
her. I
back to
dare.
what That goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning of this video. Where's your proof?
It's not even
Where's
about the
your proof?
proof. You sitting here, you got all of this smoke for France, but you ain't got nothing to say about Obama telling everybody that they need their own personal gay man,
Yeah,
that they
well,
need their own personal gay man, they
you
need
just
their
need
own
him,
gay valet.
you need him to just
No, for
come all
real.
the way out.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Like, I got an issue with that. I got a big issue with that. Now, people been saying what they've been saying about the Obamas all of these years. They're American. You're American. That makes it your business.
Mm.
Why you running your mouth about what they got going on over in France? You ain't keep that energy for the Obamas. If you want to talk all of that about the French president, keep that same energy about the Obamas.
There you go. Well, no, that's
Keep
what I
that
was
same
saying.
energy.
We got to get in the stew and get busy because it's a lot. I don't want you. You
She
ain't got to say
went,
it here.
she had people going all the way down to Jamaica looking under bowls of curry rice and peas for what's true about Kamala. Like
Well, if we're gonna say someone's a damn federal agent, I mean, she likely would be one.
oh,
But
oh no,
that's
no,
a
no.
whole nother. Yeah,
I put it on her. I put it
yeah,
on her.
yeah,
I put it on
yeah,
her. She the
yeah,
agent.
yeah.
She the agent. You and your husband with his British Royal Masonic ties.
Ooh,
I'm just trying to figure it
ooh.
out. You and all of your have whatever kids, like I'm just trying to figure it out. What's good? Candy? Candy
You know
girl?
what you know what it's hitting for.
What's
But
good? You want to sit up here talking
yeah.
about, listen to me, if the French president wants to marry a man and dress him up like Anup Yak, if that's what he want to do, that's what they doing in France. Like straight trap. You
Yeah.
sitting over there looking through every roti skin to find out Kamala Harris's true DNA, but you won't say nothing about what's going on here. Okay, okay, exactly, exactly. She ain't saying nothing about Big Mike. She ain't saying nothing about She ain't saying nothing about Barry and Mickey. I'm gonna tell you why. Because she remembers what happened to Joan Rivers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Michael and
She a straight she a straight punk. She a straight punk. Shoot, I called their asses out. And they came for me, and I still called them out. She a punk and she a chump. She need to mind her business. If the French want to take men and make them the first lady, that's what's happening in France. It's not happening here. It's not happening here. Not at all. It's not happening
Mm.
here.
Well, I wanted you to, I think that's something that we could, that there's a lot, and in fact, I think the uncensored. We ain't got to put it on Front Street. Let's just go uncensored with it.
I mean, that's
It's a lot.
fine. That's
It's a
fine.
lot.
They got everything going on. They got everything going on. Jeffrey Epstein list, Diddy trial, and now everything. It's gonna be rainbows. It's gonna be My Little Pony. It's gonna
The
be
wild ass
Decepticons.
Wednesday. There's the
It's gonna
wild
be
Wednesday.
everything. It's gonna be everything. It's just everybody. Everybody put everybody out. Everybody's doing something. Everybody's crazy. Everybody's nuts. Like, let's get crazy. Let's get
And I'm and,
nuts. Da, 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 da,
and
da,
I'm
da.
And I'm gonna tell you something, everybody. Look, there's a difference between the way Jag approaches stuff and looks at stuff, and all these other content creators do it. Well, I don't even call them content creators. They really don't create. They just parrot it. They just call them parrots, right? Um, it's not about being first with Jag. I mean, I think sometimes people get it twisted. It's not about being first. I think what most people think. But when it comes to this YouTube content game, oh, I gotta be first. I gotta be first. It ain't really about being first. It's really just about being accurate and being on point with it, being in pocket, not being out of pocket.
See,
So
this is the thing. If you come first and your information is wrong, oh, look at that 5775. If your information is wrong, then you were the first dummy.
there you go.
See, everybody wants to, you know, and I gotta blame myself to a certain extent. To a certain extent, I had to blame myself because I've called things so far in advance that have come true that everybody wants to be that person too.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to say, you know, I've called things out 2 years in advance, 3 years in advance. I've called out all kinds of things. I'm sorry. Who is this? You're very interesting. Who you calling Snaggletooth? There's no one Snaggletooth here. Let's take a look at you. Have you ever been here before? Oh no,
I'm
you haven't.
removing it.
Greatness?
Yeah,
What's
move.
so great? What's so great about these people? Please tell us what's so great. Because there's a woman that we just played her commentary that explained exactly why they wasn't great.
And why are we not rocking with them? Don't get it twisted. Just because you rock with them, don't mean the rest of us, the real ones, are are,
No,
are. Yeah.
number one, let's just be clear. They don't even rock with her. They don't even know who she is. She don't even exist. Did you hide her or did you time her
I
out?
removed her. I
Oh
removed
you
her.
oh you just removed her? Oh, because I'm
You
about
need
to
to get her.
report her.
You get out of here with that crap.
I'm about to report her. So
Because
you
they
giving her a
decided to
chance?
come on this channel. Oh no, I removed her. I thought I removed her.
Ah,
You
no,
just gonna come over here.
yeah, she came over here. Yeah, she came over here.
This ain't even
I'm
your channel. You come over here with the
I
books.
know, I know.
But the game's that.
If anybody's owed an apology, my dear, it's me. That's who's owed an apology. If anybody's owed an apology, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm owed an apology. I'm owed an apology for every person that ever called me a liar. I'm owed an apology for everyone who ever used my name in a clickbait title and lied. Of course, but hey, welcome to Back Upset in the West. I hope you subscribed,
Yeah, I
you
forgot to put
know.
that up. Subscriber only, huh?
Yeah.
Sitting over here, coming
I
here talking
hope you
about what somebody
subscribe.
needs,
I'm just trying
what
to
you
figure
need
out
to do.
how somebody who ain't missing no teeth is snaggletooth. I got all my teeth. Not even Transrena can say that.
Ooh, damn, really? She's snagging too?
In the back,
That makes sense. That makes sense. God.
allegedly, weirdos. Yeah, and let's just be clear. The only person that person came over, reason that person came over here is so that they could say that because they want me to get on camera and they want me to cuss them out and they want me to yell and act a fool and do all of this and do all of that so y'all can be like, oh my God, look at her, she's crazy. Oh my God, she's crazy. Oh my God, she's nuts. Look at her. Ah, ah. See? Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. The hatred. The hatred. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here in my skivvies just kicking it. And you came over here to say all of that. Oh, the Carters are owed an apology. For what? For what? For ruining America and black music? They don't get no apology. They get held accountable. Oh my goodness. I know. I know. People like making all kinds of stuff out of me. I don't get it. I don't get how anybody can be this hateful as somebody who never wears makeup, barely wears lipstick or lip gloss, and you know, I'm just chilling. I literally woke up like this. But I can tell you something right now. Miss Carter, she don't wake up like how she walk out in the street. She literally has learned how to do nude face makeup to make it looks like she comes outside bareface, but not. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. My God. Oh, and love right back to
Mm.
you. So,
Well,
yeah, I guess we need to go. We need to catch up on all that we need to catch up on because apparently a lot of stuff has been popping off since we've been here. But we want
past
to
two
thank
hours.
everybody for coming over
Well,
here. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. You need listen to me. We got to get this channel up and running. And now that we know that the weirdos are coming over here, we know that we're getting traction.
welcome, weirdo.
Yeah, ruin Texas and country music too. I'm still trying to figure out when people are gonna realize they ain't been going to no country. They ain't been going to no country show. What they have been going to is the state fair because all of them props and all of that crap that they got going on all over that stage, flying all over the audience, flying all over this, flying all over that. I'm still trying to figure out when the actual performing happens. It sounds more like a circus than a concert to me. Yeah, it's the state fair. I just want to know: are they selling the deep fried Oreos for $1,000 a piece? Because everything that they do, all of the merch, everything is all overpriced over there. Like I'm still trying to figure out like how people haven't realized they getting robbed. They getting straight robbed. Ooh,
Mm,
and about to rob you again. They got another tour. That's the problem with being a member of the Church of Bay.
mm.
It is the state fair. That show ain't nothing but the state fair.
That's
They
hilarious.
got kids up on the stage forgetting the choreography like it's a family affair.
That's the bearded lady, the rapping camel,
Yeah, they got all that stuff. Yeah, deep fried Oreos and carrying on.
and deep fried, deep fried
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Deep fried frigates.
cigarettes.
hmm Loose ones. Real loose. hmm
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, let's do it.
Thank
Listen
y'all
to me. If I was that child, I'd be
for
crying
tuning.
too. If I was that child, I'd be crying too. Their
Wednesday,
whole
Saturday.
summer
Oh,
was wasted. Their whole
that's
summer was wasted.
that's sad.
Like it just the whole summer. They supposed to be billionaires. They supposed to be rich. These kids should be at Martha's Vineyards, not in Atlanta, sitting around while people getting robbed and people breaking their ankles. Like I don't, kids
All right,
don't go to
y'all.
school. Don't no summer camp. They
Man,
just sitting around. They just running around and watching people running around in their drawers all day. I'd be crying too.
all right. Rob Lowe, Bethany, Lindsay, Makia, Teresa Singh, welcome. Akshaya, J Mizak, Young J, the Queen
Peaky
Lotus,
Eyes.
PTI. I'm Frank,
Yam
Quincia
J.
Jackson.
God's
Appreciate all
daughter.
y'all, man. I really do, guys. Daughter, I appreciate all y'all for just popping in. So yeah, we're gonna keep this thing moving. Sugar Plum, what's up? Um, yeah, I think y'all may want to tune into the pod real soon. There's a lot going on. I think
Yeah,
Jack's
let's
gonna be
get
dropping
over
something
here.
soon.
Let's get over here to these pods. I got a feeling today is the day for me to be jagging. I'm going through my grocery list right now. We can do it. We can do we
All
can
right, you get the spades
unalive two
popping.
birds with one stone. Oh, that would be nice. Could we have a little time? A little
Yeah, let's get the
time.
spades. Yeah, get the spades popping. Let's go.
I think we're gonna be on which one? Uncensored or
No, go on, Spencer, because I ain't finna say nothing. It's all you.
oh wow. Okay.
No, I'm gonna say something, but
Okay.
it's a whole
Uncensored.
lot. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Uncensored.
Yeah, so we're in the studio. So yes, Elohim. Elohim. Yes, child. Yes, child. You know,
Thank you
maybe if
for
they had said that, she wouldn't have fell out of the sky in that car.
mm,
But hey,
thank
you know, what do I
October.
know?
She loved the Front Street eulogy. Appreciate you. Yeah. All
Okay.
right, y'all. All right, we're out of here.
Peace.
Peace.